so many people these days like onboard their creators wrong, and I see this over and over, and they lose money because of it. And after a while, creators actually leave their agency because they are not happy with the experience they had with that agency. And you got to know that your onboarding is your first impression, okay? So let's just jump into it, okay? Your communication and your team introduction is first, okay? So after you've done the whole outreach thing, you sent them a message, you'll be like, you booked the meeting, you signed the contract, cool. Now, send a WhatsApp welcome message within 1 or 2 hours of signing that contract. So once she signs that contract, make sure to send her a message, be like, hey, how's it going? Is everything good? And just tell her the next steps of what's going to happen, how is this going to happen, and just let them know what's happening everywhere of the process, okay? So what we do at Praxi is we set up a WhatsApp group with all the necessary people. So any VAs, chatters is in a different group though, but they are in there, just not allowed to message. And then also obviously me and a few other people. So now log your chats in a sheet so that you can actually refer back to it if you need. It just makes things easier. That's what we do. You can also just keep it that way, but we prefer logging chats in a sheet so that you can actually go back to, something if something is said. Now, just verify again that your model is 18. Ask for a photo of her or his license or their, just ask for the ID, because I know in some states you can drive from 16, I believe. So your model information collection and your logins are next. So obviously send your document, your info doc over. So she has to fill this out. If she has a nickname, if they have a nickname, let them fill it out. Their age, pets, their niche. Obviously, most of these things you should know by now, but let her just fill out, the document. Now, once that's done, let her use WhatsApp to send that back to you. Obviously, you are in a solo chat or a group. Use that as your main connection. And from the beginning, tell her to not message you personally, so that the relationship doesn't even get slightly personal. I know that doesn't sound personal, but it can be to some people. And just keep it on one channel, if that makes sense. Don't go and fool around in different chats or whatever. So store this info in a Google Drive. And now, obviously, you'll need all the logins. So for the OF, you're obviously going to use Inflow. There's a few other CRMs you can use, but we just prefer Inflow as it is the best currently and has the best features. So yeah, just log into Inflow. If you need to create accounts, then this is not necessary, but in this case, we usually just log into our model's account with proxies. Now, you can also log into the Reddit, Twitter, and TikTok, all with proxies or VPNs. I would actually suggest use both. But yeah, so moving on, the custom content setup. Now here, custom content, custom order template. So this is basically just having everything. So the gross, the net income, the client's name, the duration, etc. So how long they've been doing OF. This can go into, the model info, but it's not really necessary. Wait, there we go. Now obviously you're gonna have VAs on your Google Sheets where you track everything and where all the content is, and just let your VAs log when something is complete. So when they are spending time on the OF or boosting karma on the Reddit, make sure that your VAs just log it and put the time there. You can also use Discord for this part, but we just use Google Sheets and WhatsApp. Now, ensure that everything complies with OF's terms of services. Just to be sure, go over the stuff again. Be sure of it, okay? Of the content. Now, you can use GetMelon for your payments. You can also use Paxum, Skrill. There's a few. I wouldn't suggest using PayPal, Stripe, or anything of that sort because it's not dot industry friendly. Now, the interest score and niche selection, usually the model, well, your model should actually have a niche selected. If you already don't, if you're a creator and you don't have a niche yet, or if you are an agency trying to sign a certain niche, or you are struggling to actually select a niche you want to go after, I have a video where I go over the niche selection process. So just hop on a Zoom call and discuss your model's interests and content preferences, when she can make content, when she can't make content, how much content, the duration, content types, etc. So just go over these things, be transparent with your model, and don't do anything that's stupid, I guess. And don't be unrealistic. Remember, they also only have this much time in a day, and you know in a week. So depending on if they work full-time, part-time, it depends. But just get on a Zoom call, discuss everything with the model, and from there, obviously you choose your niche. So if you aren't in a niche, choose the niche here, but most likely she's already in a niche. Now, after that, you set up a content creation schedule. So this can be daily or batch style. Daily is self-explanatory, but batch style is basically you choose a day of the month or the week, and you create a shit ton of content in a very short time. Or not a very short time, but you take the whole day or a whole weekend and you create a shit ton of content, and that just helps. But we prefer weekly or bi-weekly content batches, because we can stay upon trends. Okay, so we obviously analyze trends, and after this you can tell your model, hey, this is going to boom, you do this. So that just helps. Lastly is your content plan and your confirmation. So create the weekly content plan or whatever you decided on, and obviously this is for, you have to be specific, OF, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, because each platform, like obviously you can't post the same things on Instagram and Twitter, because I know TikTok's guidelines are very, very strict. So just be wary of that. Now, include the niche tasks and upload frequency. Obviously you and your model should have a drive where all your content is going, and it should be sorted. I do have a video on, I will be creating a video on that soon as well. Now, schedule a Zoom call for confirmation, or it shouldn't even be a Zoom call. It can be. That's just a more hands-on approach. But you can also just send her a voice note or whatever, a message even, that helps. Now, just order the plan after the content is made, and just go over it, make sure everything is compliant, make sure all the content fits the criteria, make sure there's no dogs and messy rooms and bad lighting and stuff like that. Just make sure of that, and then obviously just confirm the plan and begin your execution. And obviously for the action items, so day one is send your WhatsApp welcome and start the group chat or your solo chat with them. Wouldn't suggest solo chat, as I said. Secondly, day two is send your Google document template for all the info. Gather all the info you can, because the more info, the more knowledge you have about your model, the better situation or the better decisions you can make. On day three, you will complete the template. And then on day four, you will set up your drive folders for all of the content. on day 5, you will log the custom orders and begin the folder uploads. And then on day 6, you will confirm the content plan via Zoom, WhatsApp, or whatever. And then, you start your execution. I hope you guys actually enjoyed it. And bye.